I may ask, someone who's seen it all 4 years, I want to ask, just talk about the turnout tonight, kind of seeing this turnout for the Cards.
I'm actually very impressed. A lot of the boys showed up, a lot of parents showed up, which is very much needed because there's definitely strength in numbers.
The field conditions, your thoughts on it? Because, I mean, obviously, I keep asking boys this, but when you kind of go through the rest of the league and you see everyone with brand new fields or, relatively kept fields, and then you come home, your thoughts on just that, on that?
It's hard because, like I said, my son is a senior this year. We came in freshman year, and parents had been complaining about field conditions for years, and I didn't really understand until I saw it. And it is very sad. My mother actually graduated from Antioch High School and said the field hasn't changed a bit since she graduated. It's very upsetting to see these boys have to waste valuable practice time in order to maintain their field, and they're not getting the support that they need. We brought it up to the district, the principal, the athletic director, and it feels very much like they know it's an issue, they know it's a problem, but there's bigger issues, bigger problems, and it's always been that way. And when we go to other schools and we see that these fields are maintained, they're kept, the bleachers are safe, the press box is amazing. I just find it hard to believe that all these other school districts can find money for this, but ours can't. And it really boils down to safety for the players with the field conditions and safety for spectators. Our bleachers are the same bleachers that were there when the field very first opened. It's unacceptable. They're not compliant for handicap. It's not safe for small children or older people to climb up them. It prevents a lot of family members from coming to watch these boys play, and it's not fair.
I'm here on behalf of the baseball program at Antioch High School. We've been going through multiple dysfunctions and multiple situations regarding our baseball field. There have been times where there have been injuries, there have been upsets, there's been unevenness within the field, and it's time to put an end to it. We've been cleaning the field ourselves, getting it ready, and just stuff before games, and it's a hassle and it takes up too much time. While there's other things within our school that's been repaid, that's been furnished, and it's not fair for us and on behalf of our support for our own school and even for our own district. And there's been times that we had to make the field up for ourselves. So they're not willing to pay for the field, then we might as well be paid to clean the field ourselves.
Some of my experiences with the field conditions was how bad especially it was my freshman year. Uh, I mean, everything was out of proportion. It's definitely hurtful to hear from every team you play against that comes out and tells you how bad your field is. Even when you have to work on it yourself, it makes you feel pretty horrible that you're putting in all the work to fix your field, but it'll never be enough without the help of a district.
How deflating is it, from your position, especially as someone who got hurt, to when you go to the rest of the league, right, and everyone feels failure if not brand new? How deflating is that to go on the road and see that, then you come home and it's complete 180?
I'd say it definitely sucks to see. We go out and we play some teams that don't even have feeder programs, anything that has to do with building a program, and they won't have a team at all. We'll go out there and they have a field 5 times as nice as ours.
How frustrating is it? There's this saying, Antioch's one of those cities that just gets looked over all the time. But then you see Deer Valley just redid the football field 2 years ago now, right? They have, in their process is kind of starting. How frustrating is it when you know kind of the situation in the city, but also then you see the other school on the other side of the city kind of getting there, so to say?
Right. It is very frustrating, and we've asked these questions and we haven't really gotten a straightforward answer. And Antioch football field just got redone with turf last year, and they just got turf 10 years ago. And when we questioned this, it was, oh, well, the turf that we have right now is unsafe. It needs to be replaced. Okay, so you're saying the football field was unsafe for players, but what about the baseball field that's unsafe for players? Football players' safety is more important than baseball players' safety? I get it. The thing that keeps coming up is football brings in the money. Okay, I understand that, but when you're talking about player safety, does it matter?
Tell them about the field conditions, and especially with what happened. Like, what was their response to seeing the field, and especially now with what happened to you?
Uh, they're definitely sad because they've been around in Antioch for the longest time, and they've seen the field when it was in its own pristine condition back in when they were in high school, and they're definitely upset at how neglected the fields are, especially with the fact that we've been promised a beautification around the field and outside the field, but spectators, they sit on it's like a 10-row bench that's metal, rusted out and falling apart, and he definitely hates to sit up there with how uncomfortable it is, how unsafe it feels.
I heard that there was an injury that kind of led to the outcry tonight. If I may ask,
Yes.
like, from what you know, of like what happened.
Multiple times that we'll be trying to do drills, as in whether it be pop flies, whether it be ground balls, or whether it just be regular hitting or batting. There have been times where we rolled our ankles. There have been times where we pulled a hamstring or we pulled something in our legs. There have been times where we had certain injuries regarding our arms, regarding mainly our lower bodies. And it's just not fair to go through that consistently throughout most of the times when we're on the field trying to perfect and better our game throughout the years that we go through in high school.